what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting on my porch with my mother and we just now finished up our morning coffee. My mom is going to be hanging out with me at my house today while my husband is at work. My daughter is in the backyard enjoying this beautiful weather with her friends. And now that we are done drinking our coffee and we have some energy in us, we are about to start deep cleaning my house. So let's get started. So first, we are going to start off in my living room. We are going to start moving everything out of the way so that we can start cleaning the floors and cleaning the couches off. So before I take my new area rug up, I am first going to vacuum it. And while I do this, you can see that my mother is cleaning off my couch. So throughout this video, you'll see that I changed my living room up a little bit. I ran into this area rug and completely fell in love with it and just had to have it. So I ended up buying some home decor to go with it. So my mom is taking off all the cushions of my couch and she takes them out on my porch and wipes them down with a damp rag. And we keep them out there so that they can dry before we bring them back in. And like always, I am going to vacuum up my couch because there is carpet powder left on from last time. And then once I get all the old carpet powder vacuumed up, I'll sprinkle some new carpet powder down and then I'll keep it there and then put my cushions over them until next time. Now I'm just going to start sweeping up my living room and up under my couches. Most of this that you see that I'm sweeping up is actually carpet powder from when my mom pulled off my cushions. I leave carpet powder under the cushions for about 4 or 5 days, and whenever you pull my cushions off, all of this falls onto the ground. So we just want to make sure we get all of this carpet powder up along with all the feathers and the dog hair and the dust that shows on these floors before I go in and mop. So now that the floors are swept, we are going to start putting the cushions back on the couch. And while my mother is doing this, I'm actually getting my mop ready with a little bit of pine saw and water. So now that the cushions are all on, I'm just going to go in with this big dusting mop and I'm going to start cleaning up my floors. So I switched to this about a week ago. I've been using this more often than my Swiffer, only because on one side I can get it wet with pine saw and water, and then the other side I can dust the floors. And this really does clean the floors while picking up any dust or dog hair that was left behind by the broom. And then before applying the blankets to my couch, I'm just going to give the couch a quick spray down with some fabric softener and water mixed in a bottle. This really does help keep the fabric smelling really fresh and clean, And I put these blankets on my couch because it protects the fabric from my dogs. I don't want them causing any snags. And it also prevents things from falling in between the cushions, so that when I lift my cushions up, it's always clean under there. And I just got these throws a few days ago. They're so soft, and to keep them very soft, I only wash them and then I hang them to dry because the heat does shrivel them up and make them feel a little bit more rougher. Now we're just going to lay my carpet area back down, and as you can see, before I took it up, I had already vacuumed it, and I got to step on the corners just to make sure it lays flat before I place the table. So once the table's all wiped off, we are now moving to the rest of the furniture in my house. My mother is going to use Murphy's oil to wipe down this rocking chair while I wipe down the new stand I got in my living room. This little table cabinet, the doors actually open on it, and I've got it filled with Harmony's reading books, and I've got it placed under this window beside the rocking chair because she loves for me to read to her and rock her at the same time. And then I got this planter to set on top of it with the little red berries, only because it ties in with my new rug. After cleaning off those items, we're just moving right along, and my mom is dusting my fireplace while I wipe down my glass shelves and all my picture frames and knickknacks. So when shopping for my rug, I ran into these little candle holders. They are ruby red, and they have little crystals that dangle from them. They're actually very heavy. I thought that they were very cute, so I just had to get them to set on top my fireplace just to bring some color to it. Another new item that I recently got was this lantern holder, and I just put this fake candle on the inside that plugs in the wall to lighten up this corner. I also switched out my old wooden lamps for these glass lamps, and then I got some wine colored lampshades. Now that we're finished up with the living room, this is what it looks like. And now we're about to make our way into my kitchen. So first thing I'm going to do is start filling my sink up with warm water while my mom takes my Murphy oil and she starts wiping down all of my kitchen cabinets, and I put these dishes away. So my favorite combo for my dishwater is a splash of bleach and some Blue Dawn dish soap. Not only does it smell very good and refreshing, but it also eliminates all grease that sits on the dishes. And as you can see, my mom has now moved from the cabinets to the walls to the stove to my bread box. She just wipes anything in sight down. So while my mother finishes up wiping down the cabinets, I have finished the dishes, and I'm just going to be on the opposite side of the kitchen wiping down the cabinets around my fridge. So once all the cabinets are wiped down, she then moves to my stove. She starts giving that a good cleaning. Meanwhile, I'm cleaning up my microwave. Once we're done wiping everything down, I'm now going to start sweeping up my floors just to get any hair and dust that's been left behind before I mop and dust. So instead of using the Swiffer like I'm used to, I recently just got this, and it really does cover up a good area of the floor, so it cleans more. And I just put a little bit of Pine Sol and water on the bottom of it. It not only cleans the floor, it collects all the lint and dust. And then when I'm done, I can just rinse it out in the sink and hang it outside to dry, or I can throw it in my washer, but I always let it air dry because I don't want to mess it up or shrink it. Now I'm just going to wipe down my kitchen table and chairs with Murphy's oil. So I've got to really gently clean this centerpiece that I have in the middle of my table. I know it looks like flowers, but it's not. It's actually a bouquet of glass apples. And I recently bought this whenever I bought my carpet in my living room so that I can give some light to my kitchen area. I'm going to close my blinds real quick and turn off the light because I'm done with the kitchen, and I wanted to give you guys a close-up of my new centerpiece. And then also for around my bar, I got this candle to match my rug. So now I'm just going to go in with some Spick and Span, and this does kill germs, and I'm going to start wiping all my walls down with it. I usually use Pine Sol and a splash of bleach. I swear by that, but I did notice every time I wipe down all my walls with it, it kind of runs us out of the house because it's so strong. And I do have animals and a daughter, and I don't want us smelling that in to harm us. So I switched it up and I start using the Spick and Span because it does the same thing bleach does. And you can actually pick this up for $1 at the Dollar Tree or the Family Dollar. If you don't go there, you can always buy it at Walmart, but it is a little bit more expensive. So when I'm done with one wall and I switch to another, I actually rinse out this rag with clean water, and then I'll just keep wiping down and repeating the same thing on every wall I switch. After I'm done with the living room and kitchen, I then go into my very long hallway and I start wiping down. And I usually wipe this wall down more than I do others because this wall leads right to my daughter's room, and since she's only 6 years old, every time she walks down the hallway, she always runs her hands across the walls. So I make sure that I wipe this down at least every 3 to 4 days so that I can cut down on germs. After wiping everything down, I then clean my hallway floors. So while I've been in the hallway cleaning up, my mother actually straightened up Harmony's room. So now all I gotta do is come in here with carpet cleaner, and she's gonna vacuum while I wipe down everything in Harmony's room with Lysol wipes. So I mainly wipe down anything that she may touch, and I like to wipe down her bed rails. And then the last thing I gotta do in her room is put her clothes in her drawers. So while cleaning, me and my mother has both been going back and forth, doing my laundry off of camera, and I'm just putting it away as I go. I make it a goal to try to do 2 loads of laundry a day just to keep everything up so I don't have just one specific laundry day. And now onto my room. As you can see, I made my bed this morning, so all I have to do is sprinkle some carpet cleaner and vacuum my floors. And now that my room is clean, I'm done cleaning for today. I'm going to head outside and sit on my porch and just enjoy the rest of our day. I want to thank everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.